Governments of PNG and Bougainville committed. Electoral Commission still awaiting funds. And 29 players make final squad.
This is National EMTV News with Helen Seah.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for National EMTV News. The Electoral Commission is awaiting funds to be made available to progress with the court order recount of the Kandep open seat. The Supreme Court on the 21st of December 2020 upheld the National Court's decision to recount ballot papers for the Kandep open seat.
Preparations for the court-ordered recount of the Kandep open seat is going well, but needs funding to be made available soon if it is going to stick to the court's orders to conduct the recount within a month. On the 21st of December 2020, the Supreme Court dismissed an appeal made by sitting MP for Kandep Alfred Manasseh in an attempt to stop the recount of the 2017 national general election votes for Kandep open electorate. The recount was ordered by the National Court on the 4th of July 2019 in an election petition filed by former MP Don Pollier. The Supreme Court ordered that reviews of the election petition are dismissed forthwith and the Electoral Commissioner shall take every step to conduct and complete the recount within 1 month of the court's order. That time will lapse this week. In giving an update, Electoral Commissioner Simon Sinai said election managers and returning officers have been appointed and a budget of 6 million kina, including legal bills and administrative cost, has been submitted in December 2020 to the Department of Treasury. He said an activity plan has also been mapped out with the first inspection of the counting venue in Simbu province and ballot box storage in Enga will be done next week when the funds are made available by the Department of Treasury. Meanwhile, the Bougainville regional seat by-election is progressing well with polling to be held on Wednesday, 20th of January 2021. The writ will be returned on the 19th of February 2021. Another seat left vacant is the Mosby Northwest electorate following the passing of Semekere Morauta. According to the Electoral Commission, the Mosby Northwest electorate by-election dates would be set for February or March. The Commission will make the announcement soon after the mourning period subsides in the next few weeks. Shamin Poriambe, National EMTV News.
Locals in Popondetta have reported the death of 2 trackers who died from possible cold weather conditions after they could not keep up with the rest of the group. One of the young trackers was reported injured while the other slowed down to assist him, and that caused them to fall behind. Yesterday, their bodies were flown into Doroins Park in Popondetta after they were reported missing for 11 days. The corpses were located around Naduru, which is off the track from Kagi area where the certified common track runs. Locals said the area where they were found is 7,000 feet above the sea level and considered very cold. The Kokoda Track Authority has been contacted for a statement on this incident. Not a good start for the new year for vehicle owners this month as fuel prices have increased. According to ICCC, the indicative retail prices for petrol, diesel and kerosene will all increase on average throughout PNG.
The Independent Consumer and Competition Commission, or ICCC, has announced that the new retail fuel prices for this month have taken effect on the 8th of January 2021. For this month, the indicative retail prices for petrol, diesel and kerosene will all increase on average throughout Papua New Guinea. These increases in the retail prices for petrol, diesel and kerosene have mainly been attributed to the increase in crude oil prices during the month of December 2020. The average oil price increase was mainly due to the easing of lockdowns following the second wave of COVID-19, which led to the increased oil demand from Asia. Furthermore, the price increase is also reflective of the increases in the domestic wholesale and retail margins for fuel products in 2021. The domestic retail fuel prices for this month are inclusive of the import parity prices, domestic sea and road freight rates for the first quarter of 2021, the annual wholesale and retail margins for 2021, excise duty and goods and services tax. In Port Moresby, after adding all the various cost components mentioned, the maximum retail prices for fuel are as follows. Petrol has increased by 16 toya per litre, diesel has increased by 17 toya per litre, and kerosene has increased by 19 toya per litre. Retail prices in all other designated centres will change according to their approved in-country freight rates and their respective retail margins for 2021. For all centres, the maximum retail fuel prices for each petroleum product in the country will change on average as follows. Petrol prices will increase by 16.07 toya per litre, diesel prices will increase by 16.36 toya per litre, and kerosene prices will increase by 18.62 toya per litre. These prices are for the month of January only until the next price change. Meanwhile, ICCC has noted that some service stations have been slow in changing their pump prices to conform with the notice, especially when prices decrease. The Commission is closely monitoring service stations and reminds owners of service stations that the Prices Regulations Act provides for penalties if pump prices are not changed consistent with the ICCC notices. Shamin Poriambe, National EMTV News.
The Madang National Court has ordered 15 respondents to appear in court for the first hearing on the human rights application on the poor state of the roads. The hearing is scheduled for 25th of January. Justice David Cannings ordered the respondents to file the affidavits required for the hearing by the 18th of this month. Cannings says this will be a short inquiry and all affidavits submitted will be used as evidence and will be subjected to cross-examination.
This morning at 9:30, the 6 respondents summoned by Justice David Cannings appeared at the Madang National Court. Former Acting Provincial Administrator Joseph Kunda Bonomane appeared on behalf of the Madang Provincial Administration, Madang District Development Authority CEO, Madang Local Level of Government Town Manager, Provincial Works Manager, Provincial Police Commander, and Beyond Correctional Institute Commanding Officer. 7 interested parties asked the court to join in the proceedings, including human rights advocate Stephen Asivo and women's rep in Madang Mary Kaman. The court, after several discussions, listed the independent state of Papua New Guinea as the 13th respondent, Madang Governor Peter Yama as 14th respondent, and Madang MP Brian Kramer as the 15th respondent. Justice Cannings, under Section 57(1) of the Constitution, has taken the initiative to summon the respondents on the poor road conditions, the rights of all persons and communities in Madang Province to access basic services like education and health may have or are being infringed because of the poor road conditions. The court held that the purpose of the proceedings, as stipulated in the originating summons, is to find out who is responsible for maintaining and mending the roads. Why are the road conditions, including feeder roads, so poor? What is being done to address the problem, and to what extent are human rights being infringed by the state of the road? Martha Louise, National EMTV News, Madang.
You're watching National EMTV News. We'll have more of the day's stories after these messages. Stay with us. Welcome back. New year, new you. What better way to start new than produce new blood cells for your body? Port Moresby residents are encouraged to donate blood to the Port Moresby General Hospital's blood bank. The best part is the blood you give away will be used to save another person's life. The blood bank team will be stationed at the Central Waigani Stop and Shop on Thursday, 14th of January 2021. A few advised to keep in mind before donating your blood. Be sure to eat iron-rich food, keep hydrated, eat healthy, avoid drinking alcohol the previous day, and be sure to have a good night's sleep the night before. City Pharmacy will be providing refreshments for donors. The East New Britain provincial government has introduced a travel ban on the New Britain Highway commencing last Friday. This measure is part of the COVID-19 preventative measures that will be enforced for a 14-day period. It comes following an increase in reported COVID-19 cases, with confirmed cases 140 in West New Britain and 30 positive cases in East New Britain and 12 reported cases in New Ireland. The travel ban also extends to small crafts and boats travelling between East New Britain and New Ireland. These measures are a result of an emergency meeting on January 7th between the provincial government and the health minister. Despite the limited number of resources, the Public Services Commission has had many achievements over the years. PSC Chairman Apeo Fuata recently outlined some of their achievements during the handover takeover ceremony of the Department of Personnel Management. These include the launching of the new revised Corporate Plan 2019 to 2023 and the launching of their Audit Committee. But with these achievements, there are also challenges.
Thank you, Minister. One major achievement outlined by the PSC chairman was the Corporate Plan 2019 to 2023, which was launched in 2018. This revised and simplified corporate plan enables PSC to be proactive in its functions and to ensure effective systems and processes are established to achieve its vision. Another achievement is the launching of its audit committees.
Some of the possible results the Commission has gained from this is the successful updating of the Commission's bank reconciliation dating back to 2016 and completed up to 2018 December, together with the auditing of the Commission's payroll on a fortnightly basis.
In fulfilling its policy directive of public sector reforms, PSC was able to establish a Public Service Commission Research and Review Committee which formulates the PSC New Look model. But with all these achievements, there are also challenges, and the only challenge the Commission continues to face is mainly financial.
The Commission continues to fulfill its constitutional role under extreme conditions, largely due to the inadequate funding that continues to affect the operations of the Commission. The Commission believes that more of its plans can be achieved, especially in relation to the government's agenda on public sector reform, if reasonable funding is allocated to the Commission to implement its activities and programs.
To ensure better services are provided for all public servants in provincial and district level, they are planning to establish regional offices in all regions. There are also plans to transform PSC into a dynamic institution with the development of case management system and other database. And there are programs in place to help develop an efficient public service delivery system.
Papua New Guinea, as we know it today, is growing through a very deep and rapid socio-economic, social-cultural change that it's never experienced before. Therefore, the challenge for the Public Service Commission on how to manage change in order to take advantage of the opportunities presented is to develop an efficient public service delivery system that will provide quality service to our people living in both rural and urban communities in the country.
The chairman says the Public Service Commission aims to promote the principles of good governance, accountability and transparency to ensure they achieve their vision, and their vision is transformation. Rayon Lakingu, National, EMTV News.
Morabe's urban areas are still having difficulty in accessing basic government services, including water supply. 3 of Morabe's 9 districts, including Nawai and Ley, are made up of urban settlements with over 20,000 people. This follows the continuous movement of people from other districts and provinces into Ley. According to a ward councillor of Nawai Urban LLG, a water supply project funded at a cost of 600,000 kina will benefit a population of over 20,000 after 60 years.
Initially, now we got 7 block wards. Na 7 block wards and 1 block low and ward 12. So ward 12 in 1 block really get a big block more through. I think close to about 20,000 plus man will stop inside them now. So now this project block government now come and can say 1 block, maybe 1 block. Second time the project come now Lowara. So maybe man with the busu and close to water busu compound have stopped inside the ward 12 and 1 block up the ward 12. Now for previous years also I'm close to by 1 block 50 to 60 years and all man may come. Now maybe like a 4th generation now all not been looking water supply. Or almost are drinking inside the 1 block water, I mean, or well digging lamb. So now first time also now maybe looking to passing member now I making plan. Want the maybe president so the fully supported maybe potential project come up.
And now looking at the NASFund market report, the Kina opened unchanged at $0.2850 in the interbank markets. At Bank South Pacific, your Kina will buy $0.2775, $0.3529 Australian dollars, $0.3799 New Zealand dollars, and 28.17 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher. Coffee closed higher, cocoa and copra closed lower. Palm oil closed lower, crude oil is trading higher, and copper closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX 200 is trading lower, and the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National EMTV News continues with more after these messages. Don't go away. Welcome back to the news. The people of Papua New Guinea and Bougainville have been assured that the two governments are committed to the process of consultations on the outcome of the referendum. A joint communique was signed today signifying their intention to commence the joint consultation as required by the Constitution and the Bougainville Peace Agreement.
It is a requirement by the Bougainville Peace Agreement that the referendum outcome will be subjected to ratification by the National Parliament. It is also prescribed in the National Constitution that the decision of the National Parliament relating to the referendum is subjected to consultations. The joint communique signed today now signifies the commitment of both governments to proceed.
As we proceed to take on the consultation challenges, it really reflects the people and the people of Bougainville and the people of PNG, and the challenges will be there.
The joint communique was built upon the achievements of both governments on the Bougainville Peace Agreement and embraces fully the established facts and principles. These include a referendum among the people of Bougainville to decide on their political future, and the national government had guaranteed that political right through the Constitution. Following the referendum in late 2019, majority voted for independence. The report of the referendum was tabled in both parliaments and endorsed.
Want highest autonomy, or they want independence. And what is now monumental outcome of the referendum was that over 97.7% of people voted for independence.
Weapons disposal and good governance is also a requirement under the Bougainville Peace Agreement, and the ABG government has satisfactorily met this requirement.
In the Bougainville Peace Agreement, there was this area of the weapons disposal, which we have a lot of discrepancies in, and we really got our own ways in doing that. But as the process continues, there's this mutual understanding that came about.
In adapting fully the established facts, both governments have agreed that the upcoming joint consultations will be moderated by an appointed moderator. The moderator would be, but not limited to, addressing key issues on the future political status of Bougainville.
The Constitution allowed for the events that flowed after the 2001 Peace Agreement, and one of which stands right before us, and I point to Section 338 of subsection 1 of the National Constitution now is invoked upon, and as far as this signing is concerned, we will now move into the next phase where both PNG government and Bougainville government now go into consultation.
Both governments also paid their respect to former Prime Minister Sam Morota, who was a signatory to the Bougainville Peace Agreement in 2001. The joint communique embodies both governments' sincerity to continue peace by peaceful means.
I'd like to point at this juncture, him and me we had conversation. I will be honest on both sides on what is the expectations of Greater PNG and rest of PNG. And I think for President Toroma, nothing can be more honest than the expression of people's interest at the vote that took place.
Rayon Lakingu, National EMTV News.
And Chukai Sport is next. Fidelis Sukina will join you with the details after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Good night and welcome to Trukai Sports. 5 players have been released and 1 withdrew from the final squad of the PNG Hunters. The team was announced today with only 29 players making the final cut to travel down to Australia for the 2021 Intra Super Cup season.
To announce the squad for 2020.
A quietly confident Matthew Church this morning made the announcement of the final squad with 11 new faces added to the PNG Hunters campaign for this season. The announcement was made in the presence of PNG RFL Chairman Sandy Saka, naming rights sponsor SP Brewery, and PNG RFL acting CEO Stanley Hondina. Church said the squad was selected on the way they wanted to play this season.
But I'm really happy with the squad that we assembled for the 37 that we named originally and the 35 that trained before Christmas.
The playing squad of 29 players make the final travelling team to Australia. Coach Matthew Church adding that there were 5 players that were released prior to the festive season break.
In naming that 29, I would like to also acknowledge the 6 other players who didn't make the final squad. So Rico Jimmy, Radley Brower, Sonny Lipu, Ben Kennedy and Jordan Pat were all released prior to Christmas.
There was also 1 player that had to withdraw from the team despite making the final 30, thus reducing the squad to 29.
Valentine Callaghan made the final cut of 30, but then after Christmas he's about to undertake his final year of university, so he had that conversation with me and we totally respect that decision.
Chet said he had a good talk with the players prior to their release.
It's a tough conversation as a rugby league coach and it's one that you don't look forward to, but the best way to have that conversation is to be upfront and honest with them. For most of those guys it's a discussion about it's not a hard no, it's just a not now. So if you keep going back to Digicel Cup and putting performances together, I'll definitely keep an eye on you, and moving forward if there's an opportunity to bring you back into the Hunters squad, then we'll certainly look at that.
Managing Director of the naming rights sponsor SP Brewery, Ed Wegerman, said they had faith in the team finalized by the coach.
I'm confident after speaking to Coach Church and also all the other people around this SP Hunter team that has been selected this year, that this team will be the team to fear in the Intrust Super Cup.
Acting CEO of Papua New Guinea Rugby Football League, Stanley Hondina, made an important announcement today regarding the PNG Hunters coaching staff. Hondina announcing that Kumul number 214, a former captain representing PNG on 12 occasions and has more than 250 games experience at NRL and Super League level, Paul Aiton, has been appointed as the new assistant coach.
I now announce that Paul Aiton has been appointed as the assistant coach to the PNG Hunters for season 2021. Paul is currently in Brisbane and he's going to join the team upon arrival, and when they come out of quarantine and is permitted to do so. He has the support of Coach Matt, and I think Coach Matt was part of the process in the panel of the interviews, and Coach is quietly comfortable with him as well as other panel members. So it's good to have a former captain and former player of the game in Papua New Guinea taking that job, and we are excited and we wish Paul all the best in this appointment and looking forward to him working closer with Coach Matt to prepare our team and compete in the season 2021 in Brisbane, Queensland.
QPR Colts are the new NCD Governors Cup champions after defeating Savaka South's Brothers 14 points to 2 in the grand final yesterday. The match was played in front of a vocal crowd at the Sir John Guy Stadium. Colts walked away with 20,000 kina in prize money, along with the trophy presented to them by NCD Governor Powes Pakop.
QPR Colts put in a dominant performance to come out winners of the NCD Governors Cup, defeating challengers Savaka South's Brothers 14-2 in the grand final. From the kickoff, Colts, in their black and orange uniforms, had the upper hand over their opponents with the lion's share of possession for much of the first half. Colts forwards were able to make inroads into Brothers' territory. Unfortunately, their backline were unable to convert their dominance into points due to handling errors. Colts managed to cross the line before halftime with a try under the posts, which was successfully converted to give them a 6-0 lead going into the break. Colts continued where they left off, dominating much of the second half. SS Brothers, however, managed to create chances for themselves, but were once again let down by handling errors. Brothers' only points came via a penalty kick, bringing the score 6 points to 2 with 15 minutes left. Colts then piled on the pressure, scoring 2 unconverted tries in the final 10 minutes to seal the victory, claiming the NCD Governors' Cup title. Huxley Lovai, Trukai Sports.
And Trukai Sports continues with more sporting action after these messages. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
And welcome back to Trukai Sports. The Papua New Guinea athletics fraternity is mourning the passing of a pioneer female Olympian, Elanga Buala. Along with Iamo Launa and Barbara Ingiro Sapea, Buala was one of the first women to represent PNG at the 1984 Olympic Games in Los Angeles, USA. Gold medalist in the 1983 SP Games in 3 track events, she holds a total of 13 national championship medals. She participated in mini South Pacific Games in 1981, Commonwealth Games in 1982 Brisbane, and the inaugural IAAF World Athletics Championship 1983 in Helsinki, Finland. EMTV wish to extend our condolences to the family and friends of the late Elanga Buala. School fights have been a concern over the years in Lae. While some schools have withdrawn from such practices, others still face the same problem. As schools near resumption, the Tent City community has organized a back-to-school soccer tournament to raise awareness against these school fights. The organizers say while engaging students as well as the community, they hope to address the issue that has been affecting schools.
32 soccer teams from within the Tent City area, including others from around Lae City, are competing in the Tent City Back-to-School tournament, which started last week. The organizers say it is more than a tournament. It is also a platform being used to raise awareness against school fights.
Good plus the relationship of brothers inside the community and blah blah join to join also like coastal area blah. So that's why the office tournament law. Making awareness, stop the school fight, and good sportsmanship inside the community.
Over the years, school fights in Lae schools have been an issue. Although this has declined through the years, it is still a problem in some schools. With secondary school students being the focus of this awareness, most of the players are students around the city, especially within the Tent City area.
All teams and Bumayang
This first-time event has also seen players from the National Soccer League play amongst the local teams. This is also to promote good sportsmanship.
This tournament time will talk so this awareness them it does sama mas lo kam main one memo sem do kam pilai just lo pilai but lo encourage him help him all youths especially one
Lucy Kopana, Trukai Sports, Lae.
That story wraps up Trukai Sports. Helen will be back with a weather report for the next 24 hours. Bye for now.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Moniplus, with you always.
A look at the weather forecast for tonight and tomorrow in the southern region. Occasional rain showers with possible thunderstorms, then a cloudy night here in Port Moresby. Cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms in Daru. A few rain showers and possible thunderstorms as well in Kerema. Partly cloudy with a few showers in Alotau and light rain showers, and then cloudy weather in Popondita. In the Mamasa region, cloudy with a few showers in Lae, fine though partly cloudy in Wewak and Vanimo, partly cloudy periods with few showers in Medang. In the New Guinea Islands region, a few showers, then fine cloudy weather in Lorengau, partly cloudy with a few showers and drizzles in Kavieng, cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms in Kokopo and Rabaul, cloudy with evening shower or two in Kimbe, and cloudy with evening showers and possible thunderstorms in Buka. And in the Highlands region, rain showers and possible thunderstorms, then cloudy weather right across the region in Mount Hagen, Goroka, Kundiawa, Mendi and Wabeg.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that's been the news, sport and weather for Monday, the 11th of January 2021. On behalf of the news team, pleasant viewing, be safe and bye for now.